Imagine, if you will, a quaint little house nestled in the heart of a peaceful town. This charming abode, with its white picket fence and blooming marigolds, is home to the Johnsons, a family as ordinary as they come. John, the father, a hard-working accountant. Mary, the mother, a loving schoolteacher, and their two children, Lucy and Liam, playful and full of life. Their days are filled with the usual hustle and bustle. The clatter of dishes, the laughter of children, the humdrum of everyday life. But as the sun dips below the horizon and the town settles into the quietude of night, something begins to change. The air grows heavy, the shadows lengthen, and an undeniably eerie feeling begins to creep into their home. An unseen presence that lurks in the shadows, just out of sight. The family begins to feel an unsettling presence, a chill that runs down their spines, a shadow that moves in the corner of their eyes. As darkness descends, the house transforms from a haven into a haunting ground. Nightfall brings with it an eerie symphony of sounds. Doors creak and groan as if moved by unseen hands. Whispers too soft to discern yet too loud to ignore echo through the silence, bouncing off the cold, bare walls. An unshakable feeling, like invisible eyes constantly watching, pervades the air. The family, once content and untroubled, now find themselves besieged by fear and confusion. Each night, their sanctuary morphs into a playground for the unknown, their dreams punctured by the chilling concert of the inexplicable. The children clutch their blankets tighter, their eyes wide with terror, while the adults exchange troubled glances, their minds reeling in an attempt to rationalize the irrational. As dawn breaks, the haunting ceases, leaving behind a heavy dread that lingers throughout the day. The nights are filled with dread, the days with anticipation of what the next night might bring. One fateful night, the family decides to confront the unseen entity. Driven to the edge by an escalating undercurrent of fear, the family unites in a desperate attempt to confront the unseen entity that has been plaguing their lives. A palpable shroud of dread cloaks the air, their hearts pounding in sync with the ominous rhythm of the night. They gather in the living room, the epicenter of the strange occurrences, their hands held tightly in a circle of unity and courage. A brave yet tremulous voice rises above the silence, calling out to the unknown. The question hangs heavy in the air, a plea for understanding, a demand for the unseen to reveal itself. And then, a chilling response. A whisper, carried on the wind, brushes past their ears. The room suddenly drops in temperature, their breaths visible in the icy air. The whisper grows into a growl, a threatening rumble that vibrates the very foundations of the house. The entity, no longer invisible, begins to make its presence known in more tangible ways. Objects around the house start to shift, to rattle, as if stirred by an unseen wind. The family watches in silent terror as pictures drop from the walls, books tumble from the shelves, and lights flicker sporadically, casting eerie shadows that dance in the corners of their eyes. The tension escalates, the entity becoming more aggressive, more hostile. The house seems to come alive, every creak and groan amplified in the deafening silence. Fear grips them tighter, their courage dwindling as the entity asserts its dominance. Suddenly, a piercing scream shatters the silence, echoing through the house. A gust of wind sweeps through the room, extinguishing the lights, plunging them into darkness. The family, paralyzed by fear, can only listen as the entity wreaks havoc around them. In a moment of terror, the family flees the house, leaving everything behind. The house stands empty, a chilling reminder of the terror that unfolded within its walls. Its once happy facade now masks a chilling history, a chilling tale of a family driven out by an entity unseen. The windows, covered in decades of dust and grime, stare blankly out at the world, hiding the secrets within. As if in mourning, the paint peels away, revealing the weathered wood beneath. To the town, the house is more than just an abandoned building. It's a haunted relic, a symbol of fear and mystery. The whispers of the townsfolk paint a terrifying picture. They speak of the family who once resided there and the unseen force that sent them running, leaving behind their home, their memories, their lives. Yet, in the midst of the town's fear, The house remains, standing tall against the test of time and terror. As the sun sets, the house creaks to life once again, waiting for its next unsuspecting inhabitants.